In this video, you're gonna learn how to reduce your shyness by understanding the Biff Tannen fallacy.
Would you? Well, now, of course not, Biff. I wouldn't want that to happen.
So what are you looking at, Butthead?
Hey, Biff, get hold of this guy's life preserver. Dork thinks he's gonna drown.
Yeah. Biff Tannen's not a real person, but a lot of guys in the back of their subconscious lurks a big brute. And when they're out in public, they're a little bit worried to raise their voice or to have too strong a body language because they're afraid this fake monster Biff Tannen's gonna come over and pick on them and make them look bad in public. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about how you can eradicate that from your mind to get a more realistic perspective of what's going on around you socially so you don't have to fear old Biff Tannen coming up on you from behind when there's no chance it's really gonna happen.
McFly, your shoes untied. Don't be so gullible, McFly.
In the back of most men's minds, there's a nagging fear that Biff Tannen or some giant bully is gonna come flying out of the corner of a bar or restaurant or in public when they act up, when they talk too loud, when they give them the sly eye, when they talk to their girl. For some reason, we're wired this way, and there's been a lot of speculation as to why. One of the answers is that we're living in one of the safest societies we ever have. The chance of you getting killed by physical violence, especially as a man, is so low. But 2,000, 5,000 years ago, this chance is pretty high. And even if you didn't die, if you got a broken arm and it didn't heal right, now you're a cripple for the rest of your life, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of risk in being exposed to physical violence. So we needed to be kind of on edge and be aware and prevent that from happening. The problem is, nowadays, we're living in a safer time. So our brains were actually programmed for 5, 10, 20, 50,000 years ago. That programming was good, it kept us alive. But now it's not only not accurate, but it does us a disservice because it can make us feel shy and uncomfortable in public and in public situations when we want to feel nice and loose and have a good time and enjoy the fact that society in public is a very safe place right now. Another thing we're fighting, another headwind that we're flying against is the fact that our culture, if you live in the United States, Canada, a lot of the Scandinavian countries especially, they teach a very conservative type of mentality, right? In school, never talk loud, never speak out of place, kind of stand in line, right? A little uniformity is encouraged. Don't talk too loud. So now you've got your genetics and that old ancient programming that's fighting you. You've got current culture that's fighting you, all telling you this. We need to very carefully, systematically desensitize and change this programming so we can act comfortable and, more importantly, feel comfortable when we're out in public. So how can we do this? Well, I would encourage you to just dip the old toe in the water just to get comfortable being a little bit louder than what you normally would be. The beauty of all this is that your subconscious, it wants you to be as high value and high status and successful as you can be. But remember, your subconscious is built on this old programming. So all we need to do is pull our subconscious, kicking and screaming to the point with some logical thought with the new brain, our logic that's grown over the old brain. I'm sure that's not scientifically accurate, but we need to pull it to the point with our logic that now the emotion and all that other stuff is gonna fight the good fight, because we do, all the different parts of our brain want the same thing, but unfortunately they're conflicting when it comes to being in public and being in front of people because we're fighting these two forces. So what you need to do something that is a little bit more standout than you normally would, okay? The old adage, the tall poppy gets cut down, right? Be a little more tall poppy. You're in line at the good old Pete's Coffee, right? And you go up to the barista, you talk just a little bit louder than you normally would, so people around you can actually hear, okay? Not rude, trust me, I hate it when people are rude and disrespectful and loud like that. I'll call people out for that all the time. I can't believe how rude that is. But a little bit louder. Like when you're talking to the barista, the people around you are gonna hear you no matter if you talk like a baby or if you talk like a normal human being. Talk like a normal human being. She says, hey, hello, how are you, right? Match that. Hey, I'm good. How are you? So many people, for some reason, when they're talking to the barista talks at a normal volume and a normal cadence, and all of a sudden they slow it down and you're really fast. Oh, hey, I'm good. How are you? Like what? You're ordering your coffee. You're at a place where you're supposed to order coffee, speak like a human, but your subconscious is saying, what? Dude, don't be too loud. Biff Tannen's got a haymaker that he's winding up. He's gonna come across your head. Keep your voice down, man. What are you looking at, butthead? So you gotta understand, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. You gotta step through that, pull the subconscious through that, and then realize how it feels. You don't have to do much other than that. Your subconscious is gonna fight the good fight after that. It's gonna realize you're safe, and it's gonna encourage you that next time. So next time, maybe you're feeling a really fine bravado. You decide to strike up a conversation with the dude behind you, right? And you say something about the goodies in the rack. One of them looks especially good, right? And you're gonna say it with that same confidence. Now, when you go up to the barista and place your order, how's she gonna treat you? Much more high value. Why? You didn't say anything to her before you ordered, but just you talking to this guy in a strong voice, do you know what you were saying to her? Hey, pretty high status, I feel comfortable in this environment, my voice is not wavering, probably a pretty cool high status guy. You've been saying that to her almost verbatim through subconscious. Dude, that sounds like some woo-woo stuff, through brainwaves. You've been saying that exact thing to her through your sub-communication, your interaction with this person. So now you go up and all of a sudden you're treated a bit cooler than you were before, a bit more high status than you were before. Who's noticing that? Well, everyone around you, but who else? Your subconscious. Your subconscious wants what's best for you. Just need to give that subconscious a little kick, bring it out of the Stone Age so it can see, wow, this old programming is no longer relevant. It's ingrained over millions of years probably, a lot of years and a lot of generations, but it still wants the best for you. So once you can show it clearly, the reality of the new environment, and you can see that by not trying to get you to do some things actually makes you more successful, now it's on your side. Very important to do. Now, if hearing this is like, dude, I'm just trying, when I go out and I try to improve socially, like I get bad reactions from people. People walk away from me. They don't even know that I'm there. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I put together a 5-step social invincibility checklist. You can click or touch right up here and download, and you can get it for free. It's gonna go through 5 things that are gonna give you a nice perspective of what's going on so you can feel good about when you're going out in public. You know you're gonna get good reactions. It's a good thing. Like, the crazy thing is in education, like our educational system, we're taught almost nothing about social interaction, right? It's the most important thing for success, for income, for all these different things, and we're taught nothing about it. So it's not your fault that you don't know anything about it. If you're just trying to get started, I applaud you. Grab this checklist. It's gonna be a nice way for you to get kind of your core base. So when you watch videos of mine and other videos around the internet, and they're a bit more advanced, you're gonna understand what they're saying because you're gonna have seen some success in your life. Have you seen this video yet? If you haven't seen it, click here to watch it next. You're gonna like it. And if you haven't downloaded that social invincibility checklist yet, click here to do so. I'm gonna give it to you for free. I'll talk to you soon.